battery life, the one metric to rule them all. What good is performance without battery life? The Z1 Extreme is a very capable processor, but how does the battery life on the Lenovo Legion Go fare? I think it's about time that we find out. So in case anyone needs a refresher, here are the main specs for the Lenovo Legion Go. It's got a Z1 Extreme processor, same as the ROG Ally. It's got 16 gigs of DDR5 memory, running at 7500 MHz. It's got a 49 watt-hour battery, which is slightly bigger than both the ROG Ally and the Steam Deck's battery. The controllers themselves each have a 900 mAh battery, but of course the real killer here is the display. It's an 8.8-inch display, substantially higher than the Steam Deck's display and a little bit higher than the ROG Ally's display as well. Those are the main important specs. So what is the testing methodology for this? Well, it's simple really. I charge all of my devices up to full as they can be, and then I'll conduct about 3 different tests. We will be disabling all auto sleep and auto dimming functionality on all devices. All devices will be ran until they run out of battery and shut down by themselves. Do keep in mind that I've had my Steam Deck and ROG Allies for quite some time now, so the battery performance may have degraded over time. So do keep that in mind as you watch this video. All of their devices will be running at their maximum resolution, just to see if the display being a higher resolution actually makes a difference. All devices have a 15 TDP preset, so we'll be using that for every single test. So let's begin then. The first test will be testing all 3 devices playing the same video file on loop until all of these devices die. For the purposes of this video, all footage will be sped up, but I will talk about all the video files I've selected. Unfortunately, the test failed in a spectacular fashion. Let's try it again. So this time I cleared up some space on my phone, and thankfully this time I was able to record the entire thing. So for those wondering what anime this is Serial Experiments Lane. The entire plot surrounds a conspiracy in regards to God being found within the internet, and how all of humanity is connected to one another via the internet. If you're someone that's vaguely interested in the internet, or computers, or social media as a whole, watch it. In perhaps the least surprising turn of events, the Steam Deck won. Compared to the competition, the Legion Go didn't do so hot, about 40 minutes less than the ROG Ally, and about an hour 13 behind the Steam Deck. All of these were running at the same wattage, 15 TDP. But of course the big issue is that the Legion Go just has a much higher resolution, and a much higher refresh rate. The ROG Ally also has a higher refresh rate, and a higher resolution display. Yes, the Ally has variable refresh rate, but FreeSync doesn't really kick in during video playback. But of course, we have to consider our reigning battery champion, the Steam Deck. It's got a lower resolution, and a lower refresh rate, and a different chipset compared to the other 2 devices, so the Steam Deck wins. The next test is an indie game test. In this case, we're going to use a fairly new indie game called Little Goody Two Shoes. Square Enix sent over a key, and this video isn't sponsored by them, but I figured this would be a good candidate for a mid-tier test. It's not very graphically demanding, but I would imagine it's more demanding than, say, watching anime at 1080p. I'll admit, I'm still pretty early into the game, but it really shouldn't matter too much for the purposes of this video. And for those of you that want to play this on Steam Deck, yes, the game is Steam Deck verified. Anyways, without further ado, let's begin then. It wasn't even close. It was a slaughterhouse. The Steam Deck obliterated both the ROG Ally and Lenovo Legion Go. The Legion Go took second place, lasting about 34 minutes longer than the ROG Ally. But compared to the Steam Deck, well, the Steam Deck lasted over an hour longer. Yes, Little Goody Two Shoes is a Unity game, so it's not like a super duper lightweight video game. You could reduce the resolution on the two Windows devices and reduce refresh rate if so desired, but I think it's pretty obvious what test will matter the most. That's right, we're gonna test out a major AAA title, a graphically intense one at that too. In this test here, we're going to be testing out Cyberpunk 2077, or rather, how long you can actually play this game for. All devices are set to their maximum resolution and maximum refresh rate. Hey man, these manufacturers put in the higher refresh rate and higher resolutions. If battery life suffers because of it, think of it as a consequence. And all games are in the same spot. All graphic settings are set to the Steam Deck preset. And yes, all Windows devices have access to the Steam Deck preset. The ultimate goal is to see how long this battery lasts. So who's gonna win? The Lenovo Legion Go has won. It's impressive, really. Yes, Cyberpunk will murder your battery life. Compared to the Steam Deck, the battery lasted about 40 minutes longer. And do keep in mind, you could get even more battery savings if you turn down the resolution and turn down the refresh rate. Compared to the Ally, the Legion Go lasted about 30 minutes longer. And yes, the ROG Ally lasted about 10 minutes longer than the Steam Deck did. It is worth mentioning that the ROG Ally and Steam Deck have the same battery capacity, but the Legion Go has a slightly bigger battery. So here are all of the final scores. In terms of battery life, the Steam Deck has won 2 out of 3 challenges, and the Lenovo Legion Go won 1 single challenge, which I suppose is better than what the ROG Ally did, with a whopping 0 wins. In the video playback challenge, the Legion Go was in dead last. In the Little Goody Two Shoes challenge, the Legion Go was second, and it took the win for Cyberpunk, with almost 2 hours of uptime. Do keep in mind that this is a sample test of 1, so this isn't like a super definitive test. That said, here's my conclusion. In lower end content, the Steam Deck still has better battery life. But when faced with a major AAA title, the Lenovo Legion Go has surprisingly good battery life. And this is before taking into account any sort of tweaking with the Legion Go. We've yet to truly unlock its full potential. If you liked this video, be sure to press the thumbs up button and spread the good gospel of high-tech lowlife. And if you want to see more high-tech lowlife, be sure to subscribe and press the bell icon for notifications. And for you enlightened individuals, be sure to join my Discord server. And if you wish to support high-tech lowlife, be sure to check out our Patreon page. Links in the description down below.